Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody, on the special segment we call Coach Trips Tips. Today's segment subject is called Courage. I hope you get something out of it. The segment's brought to you by Hill Kelly, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Chrysler. There are a lot of synonyms for the word courage. Guts, will, as in the will to win, intestinal fortitude, sounds like an ED commercial phrase. Moxie, toughness, bravery, valor, fearlessness, grit, daring, cojones. Yeah, I grew up in an Italian family, so my father said that all the time. Is courage inherent or is it a learned behavior? I believe it is a combination of both environment and the gene pool. If we gauge courage from 1 to 10, with 10 being the most, I would say Pat Tillman had uncommon valor. He was a 10. I believe he was probably born with a high tendency. His environment and influence, along with his discipline, training, teamwork, and playing in the NFL and being an Army Ranger, probably took him to a predisposed 7 to a 10. All the service academies believe in the saying, courage is contagious. When the brave man makes a stand, the spines of others are stiffened. That's what Pat did on the field and in the play and on the field of battle. He made the people around him better. Other people with uncommon valor come to mind, people like Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln, JFK, Martin Luther King Jr. A lot had to do with stiffening the spines of others. The first step to acquiring courage is to face it. You've heard of the phrase, face your fears. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. When faced with fear, people will respond in one of three ways: fight, flight, or freeze. MLK Jr. said, quote, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy." There comes a time in everyone's life when they're faced with some adversity, even a catastrophic or heart-wrenching situation. Trying times like these, maybe you lost a job or a close family member dies, or you know a child with cancer. How one responds to this critical circumstance defines courage. Do they show calmness amongst the chaos? Others observe how a person responds to fear. Sometimes a child watches an adult handle a situation and learns from their reactions to that challenge. Do they stand for something? If you don't, you'll fall for anything. Do they stand up or do they faint from fear? Do they panic or lose control, or do they stay calm and gain control? Do they react angrily and display a negative response, or do they show character, poise, courage, and have a positive demeanor? You might ask yourself, will I choke or panic in this situation, or will he? Do you know what the difference is between panicking and choking? When someone chokes, they're thinking too much. When someone panics, they're thinking too little. People can learn from what courage is by observing acts of valor. One man with courage makes a majority. I believe one of my jobs as a coach was to mentor and to develop courage in my players. Now, there are different types of courage: physical courage, mental courage, emotional courage, and moral courage. Let's tackle developing physical courage. I believe a lot of people are predisposed, born with that certain level, but to increase your physical courage, you must combine discipline and training of athletes to work hard under tough conditions. Gut checks can also develop mental courage because the body can do amazing things. It's your mind you have to convince. I had two coaches, actually three, that dished out brutal gut checks. George O'Leary for 3 years, Coach Paul Bear Bryant for 3 years, and Coach Ray Perkins for 3 years. My physical courage increased under these coaches. I became physically and mentally tougher for playing for all three. Let's talk about how to develop emotional courage. You know, one example I give is when I was at Catholic High School, the ROC, now head coach Matt Adams, developed cancer. During his trials, he never complained, whined, blamed anyone or anything for his circumstance. He showed the kids that not only did he have physical courage, but he handled it with such class. He showed that emotional courage kids can learn from. Every week when I coached, I would give a theme of the week in my scouting report. I'd pick a subject that is relevant to how our season was going. For example, if we were on a win streak and I sensed overconfidence or entitlement in my players, I'd pull out the humility theme. These themes were designed to help build emotional and moral courage in your players. And I also like to use quotes about courage. The following are some of my favorites. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Coach Bryant said there is no substitutes for guts. Vince Lombardi said physical toughness will make an opponent weaken. Mental toughness will make him crack. Coach Bryant said, don't give up. Reach deep down inside you and you'll find something left. And finally, a lady named Dorothy Parker once asked Ernest Hemingway, exactly what do you mean by guts? Hemingway replied, I mean grace under pressure. In conclusion, as a coach, it is a great opportunity to develop your players' physical, mental, emotional, and moral courage. Talk to your players about courage. Now it's time for Bible Verse of the Week, brought to you by the Seiler Agency. This comes from Corinthians 1, chapter 16, verse 13. Stand firm in the faith, be men of courage, be strong. Hope you got something out of how to teach courage to your players. I hope you do it. You can do it. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you soon.
Barnes Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Alabama football, serving the entire Pensacola community for over 50 years. Barnes Heating and Air is passionate about providing customers with world-class air conditioning and heating repairs, sales, and installation. Barnes Heating and Air is family-owned, insured, and committed to quality. For a free estimate, call 478-0141. Barnes Heating and Air is #1 in customer service with service calls 7 days a week. Call Barnes Heating and Air, 478-0141, and roll Tide.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Given the choice, we'd choose new over old anytime. Snap our fingers and undo years of wear and tear that every home endures. Thankfully, First Choice Home Improvement turns ugly into unugly almost overnight. First-rate materials, low prices. The transformation is unbelievable. First Choice Home Improvements, your unofficial headquarters for turning ugly into unugly. Call them today, 476-8887. Online at firstchoicehomeimprovements.com.
Your first choice is the best choice, so make your choice First Choice.
There's a reason why Hill Kelly in Pensacola is the #1 selling Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealer between Jacksonville and New Orleans. While other dealers have taken advantage of a competitive market with higher prices, Hill Kelly has discounted prices to the lowest of the year. And Hill Kelly in Pensacola won't surprise you with excessive charges beyond the selling price. Come see why people from Milton, Pace, Foley, Bay Minette, Daphne, Gulf Shores, Mobile, and beyond are driving to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to buy their next new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. At Hill Kelly, the bottom line price and your satisfaction are what really matter. So before you sign, check the bottom line and make the trip to Hill Kelly in Pensacola to see what true local ownership can do for you. At Hill Kelly Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Highway 29 in Car City, Pensacola. Or shop online 24/7 at hillkellydodge.com. When it comes to bottom line pricing, nobody beats a Hill Kelly deal. Nobody.
Are you riding around in a filthy vehicle? Dirty car no more. Visit Ronnie's Car Wash today to get it shining in no time. They have 3 convenient locations with another coming soon. The unlimited monthly wash packages start as low as $14.95 per month with free vacuums, multi-purpose spray and towels. Visit them in Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, and soon Crestview. Don't wait, wash today. Be sure to see Ronnie's Car Wash on Facebook to see the latest specials and discounts. You'll be riding and shining in no time.
Step One works so hard to get you in the perfect car.
Looking for a better car buying experience? With the Step One Advantage from Buick GMC, Fort Walton Beach, and Pensacola, receive no-hassle market-based pricing or incentives by pre-ordering. Looking to sell or trade? Our dedicated team will even come to you. Plus, every vehicle sold at Step One supports local charities right in your neighborhood. Experience the Step One Advantage at Buick GMC, Fort Walton Beach, and Pensacola today.